Not everyone knows how powerful being able to control yourself is, and usually those who are told to control yourself take it easily and ignore it. But in reality, having discipline within oneself is so helpful and worth learning. Good day, everyone. My name is Caitlin. I'm a 9th grader and I struggle with self-control. I've learned how important it is in my life, in our lives, and although I've only recently been practicing it, I feel as if I can reach any goal that I set for myself. As Jim Rohn, an American entrepreneur, author, and motivational speaker said, discipline is the bridge between goals and success. So what makes the ability to have self-restraint so important? Well, for starters, it helps you avoid stirring up problems. Take this acronym for the 7 capital vices as an example. PGWELGS. Pride grows, wrath escalates, lust glares, envy lingers, and greed surfaces. Pride grows because when one finds himself at the top, it may come with conceitedness and narcissism. When wrath escalates because hatred will only grow for vengeance. Lust glares because it stops a person from truly loving others. Envy lingers because the feeling of jealousy wishes the downfall of other people. And greed surfaces because the desire for more brings people to be more arrogant and selfish. But what about gluttony and sloth? They're silent, stealthy, and sly as a fox. The reason for this is that gluttony can be done anytime and anywhere, as it is the overconsumption of foods and drinks, and that being lazy is often mistaken as being tired, which brings people to be ignorant of their surroundings. So, these wrongdoings are formed by one negative feeling, which then grows into something greater and eventually affects you, your life, and the people around you. Every little fault that is to come can be avoided, only if you teach yourself to keep your composure and have self-discipline. If not already obvious, no matter the situation a person is having, self-control can still be taught, only if you teach yourself to keep your composure and make sure that you make the right decisions. Events such as the sports day my school hosted can bring these negative feelings to the participants. As the house color I belong to lost, I admit I felt somewhat upset and a bit jealous. But of course, having sportsmanship and accepting that I could have done better pushed it away, along with my friends who always found a way to make a smile appear on my face. I had to teach myself that it's okay to lose, that there is a next time for everything, and you should know that too. By being able to control my emotions, not only was I able to enjoy the rest of my day, but I did not bring anyone else down because of my jealousy. Another time could be at parties or simply staying at home. In parties, people tend to take more than what they need when eating, and it leaves others with less. And then, when gifts are given, sometimes people may be jealous or the receiver might feel greedy and want more. And while at home, people tend to give excuses for the dishes left at the sink or the pile of clothing that needs to be washed, all because they felt lazy and not actually tired. Moreover, discipline can help pave the way for your success. It teaches you qualities like having patience, efficiently managing your time, learning to prioritize, and helps keep a good image to the people around you. So not only does discipline help in improving relationships, setting a good example, teaching manners, but it also helps in jobs, in focusing on what's important and achieving goals, and overall, making you successful. I'm always there for my friends when they need advice. Sometimes it could be for school or problems with their friends or even in improving themselves. And as Psychology Today says, humans tend to be more pessimistic and overthink about things. I always tell them that if you want to get better, it starts with you. To improve self-control, you must know yourself and start building good habits little by little. It takes time and effort to build a healthy mindset where you know what's good for you and what's not. When you find yourself lacking and ignoring the world around you, it's time to start paying attention. I know it can be difficult. I've been there too, but once you get a hang of it, trust me, nothing can stop you from being a better version of yourself. How do I start, you may ask? Well, you can start by learning how to prioritize. To begin with, prioritizing actually helps in restraining yourself from things that aren't necessarily important at the moment and helps you focus on what is. Differentiate your needs and your wants and try not to be tempted by things that distract you or even harm you. These things can be anything, like ranging from games to clothing to alcohol and all those other things that can lead you to do bad habits. I personally like to spend my money on games, and if I had a job, I probably would have spent so much that my wallet would be crying. Unfortunately for me, I don't earn money as I do not have a job and I'm currently a student, which is clear that my focus should be on school rather than spending half my time and money on games. Recently, I have been taking my studies seriously and focusing on my weaknesses, prioritizing my work. It took a lot of effort and restraint to get to this point, but I had to teach myself that what's important right now is my school. So in a few words, being able to prioritize my studies helped a lot, along with time management, which helps me study with a healthy amount of time, leaving time for myself and my family, rather than continuously studying hours on end, which is not healthy for me. Another thing you can do is be more aware of what you do and what you say. As you start to be more aware, you start to understand your mistakes. And making mistakes is perfectly fine as we are human. What makes it okay is that you understand it, you learn from it, you forgive yourself, and you move on. Being more aware of what you do and what you say does not necessarily mean that you have to start to overthink about everything. But it means that you have to understand what you did and make sure it doesn't happen again. That's why mistakes are fine. When you have a goal for it set, try to do your best to carry it out and try to enjoy the ride as well. For me, not being distracted is a hard thing to do. And as a student, my goal is to get good grades as usual. But everyone can agree that studying and working hard for it is not really fun. Despite that, I still try my best to make my study sessions more enjoyable so that I can actually learn from it and understand. Always remember that you should reward yourself. It helps keep you going, and you should be proud of yourself because every little thing you do is an improvement. It starts with you.